Hi, Alex and Olivia.
Hi.
This is exciting. I feel like that was such a formal hi for what we've just been like for the past 10 minutes.
We've just been talking absolute dribble. And
I've been told to tone it down a little bit, so.
You're not turning it down today. You can't turn it down
that's
today.
good.
I'm excited to have you guys here. I don't know whether you're aware, but this is our first ever couples podcast.
We feel so privileged. Do you know what? We've been watching the podcast for ages. I haven't. You've been watching them on the way here, and we're really excited to get chatting.
Yeah, and I've never seen so much pink in my life.
I mean, this is
Are you
PLT.
enjoying it?
I mean, I like pink, so yeah.
I love that you've been watching it, Liv, because honestly, I watch you two all the time. So for you to say that you watch the podcast, I'm a bit like fangirling right now. I'm not going to lie. Stalking each other, that's it. I'm so glad. But as it's Valentine's week, we thought, what better couple to get in than you two? You are actual couple goals.
We are pretty good.
Oh, that's sweet.
I
we
mean,
hear that a lot, don't we? Couple goals. It's such a weird thing to be told.
Quite a nice title.
It's so nice, but it's a weird thing. I just didn't ever think that I'd be a couple goals. Do you know what I mean?
You said it right the first time.
Yeah.
But going back to 2016, when you guys first entered the villa, this is kind of where everything first started. You were a scaffolder, Alex, and Liv, you were a sales executive.
Yeah.
That's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you ever imagine how much your lives were going to change in that moment?
Well, I thought my boss actually told me that I was going to get my job back if it didn't work out. So I actually thought I was going back to work. And you said to your mum, "What job shall I get when I come out?" So
yeah, I really wanted to work in Land Rover. For some reason.
In Land Rover, like the car?
I have no idea why. I really wanted a Range Rover for so long. So I was like, do you know what, Mum? I was about to get sacked from my other job because I was so bad. So I was like, I'm not going to lose anything by going into the villa. So I was just like, I'm just going to do it. My mum was really worried and she didn't want me to go. And I just said, look, Mum, I'll come out. I'll go into car sales or something. Like, I'd love to work in Land Rover. And obviously not working in Land Rover.
That's the most random thing.
I know. I think it's just because I really wanted that car. So I was like, if I work there, I can get discount.
But that's crazy now, because if you think about the people going in now, like they're going in pretty much knowing they're going to come out and there's going to be some form of career for them. They're going to be able to do kind of something that they want to do. So like back then, you didn't really have that in mind.
No, it was completely different back then. And I know it's been nearly 4 years now. Wow. And I think it has changed so much. But back in them days, you did not have a clue what was going to happen. Like, we were only going in for a laugh. Like, I didn't necessarily go in for love. Really? I didn't think that would happen. But
I went in for a suntan, to be
honest. you
both got that.
Laugh. You just went in because, like, what better opportunity is that to go live with loads of, like, nice people, meet loads of new people, go to Spain, spend the whole 6 weeks in the sun.
And you get paid like what, £200 a week?
Yeah,
or
it covers your bills.
Yeah,
well,
it covers your bills. So you get paid to go on holiday.
Hold on, I never knew that. I feel like, is that a known fact? I didn't actually know that.
Yeah, but it's just to cover your bills and stuff.
I mean, it makes sense, yeah, because that's the thing. If you're literally picking up and leaving your life for how many weeks? Is it like 8?
Yeah, we had 6 weeks, didn't we?
6.
Yeah, but to be fair, when I come out, because all them £200 was saving up, that was the most money I ever had.
Yeah, it was great.
It was amazing.
Oh my god!
You were living with your mum though.
Yeah.
I was living. You was with your mum. I was living with a friend. So my rent was piling up. So I got home and I was like,
oh my god, I need to pay that all off.
Yeah, my mum was so worried, like, because of that fact. She was like, you can't go into the villa and sort of do this and then have all your bills at home. How are you going to pay for rent? How are you going to do all this? So when we went in there was no way that we were going to make anything when we come out.
That's crazy. And look where you are. I mean, I'm going to go on to that in a minute, but like, look where you guys are now. But Liv, you said before that you didn't particularly go in looking for love.
No.
Alex, did you?
Not really.
Oh no,
it's just a suntan.
You were like,
I
must have been like,
I never watched Love Island the first series.
Did you not?
So I never really watched it before I went in, and then obviously I went in 2 weeks after the start, and then I didn't actually watch the show then, but they showed me 2 episodes, so I didn't even know what it was all about.
Oh my god!
My mum and that was religiously watching it because she knew I was going in, and she was like, "Oh my god, my son's going in," and I was like, "Mum, shut up."
Your mum loves it, didn't she?
Yeah, she loves all that kind of reality stuff.
I mean, I think the whole nation's hooked on it. To be honest, aren't they?
Yeah, fully.
Do you guys remember the first time when you saw each other?
Yeah, I seen Liv's bum first before I seen her face.
It's usually how I enter.
Yeah. No, but I think they actually showed it because I said it did I go on with James. Sorry, James.
Sorry, James.
James.
We can cut that if you want.
Okay, cut that.
No, don't. You know, it's fine.
That's fine.
We'll keep that in.
No, I feel
Keep it
bad.
in.
Okay. Yeah, so I went in with James and I did actually say, Olivia's arse is all right. That's the first thing I
It's
said.
all right.
No, because it was like for a big glass
was
of
playing
this
it cool,
thick,
I
and it was
guess.
like
Trying to
so
be cool.
far. Yeah, I was trying to be like that little player
I remember
guy.
when you came in because you were the 2 new boys, and I think Scott Thomas knew who you were because he followed you on Instagram.
No, I met Scott before that anyway. So.
Oh, had you?
Yeah, we already met.
Yeah, we saw them like from the bedroom. They had this huge glass window in the villa that we were in, and they were just laying there on these lounges. And obviously when a new guy comes in, or I was so single at the time, you just get so excited and buzzed just from new people coming in as well.
Yeah.
You just used to get so excited. And I remember we was jumping on the beds, weren't we?
Yeah.
I think I had my eye mask on. And then we like got our bikinis on, like straight downstairs.
No, because I remember he was jumping on the beds and everyone was like, "Oh my god!" Because they put music on.
Yeah.
And then I think Sophie noticed one of us, and then everyone just went,
yeah.
And then that was it. And then
But
they
I don't remember particularly like. I thought you were like really hot, but I didn't particularly fancy you because like.
I thought there was going to be a butt there, and I was like, "What?"
No, but I don't remember like initially thinking I'm gonna fall in love with this person like love at first sight. I don't know if that's a thing.
Save there. Okay.
Yeah, like what do you mean?
I thought you said you were going to say you don't fancy me at first.
No, like I did fancy you, but I was also like so guarded from guys.
Yeah.
I didn't want to even risk talking to anyone, and we kind of played it cool. I think Love Island made it look like we were getting closer quicker than we actually did. Because I remember for a good week, we were trying to play it really cool. We were trying to be mates. Like friends with benefits, like we were trying to play it cool. So, and I remember people thinking that we were like really, really close at the start, but I think because I was so hurt in the past and had a lot of trust issues at the start, we were trying to sort of just stay like back from each other and try not to catch feelings. And in the end, obviously we did. It just took a long time to like trust each other, didn't it?
Liv caught him first, didn't you?
No, he said
first.
I love you first.
I was about to say, didn't you say I love you first?
Yeah, but
Did
he
you know
lied
the
about
story?
it.
But then Olivia, you didn't hear it.
Yeah.
I mean, for anyone that doesn't know, what a great story. For anyone that doesn't know, tell us a story.
Okay, let me set the scene. Okay,
I'm ready.
so it's the Love Island final. They're like, we're 20 seconds from being on air, and I'm just like, okay, and I was scared, and I just hugged her, and I was just like, I'm so scared. She's like, you'll be fine. I went, I love you, and she went, what? And she went, no, but she was talking to someone else, and then she went, what? And I went, nothing. And then it was like about a month later, she said, can I tell you something? It was like, I love you, but I could have said that I've already said it first, but
Yeah, but you didn't admit it for ages.
So wait, you genuinely didn't hear it though?
No, she didn't.
No,
hear me.
I honestly did not hear it.
No, but I said it naturally. That's when I was
It just
like,
came out.
oh, that must be like legit.
So
stuff.
did you know in that moment there, you're like, yeah,
Yeah,
this is it.
that was when I knew, and I was just like, oh.
And then when
Okay.
we come out, I did the most Essex girl thing ever. I told him I loved him in sheesh. So
There you go. That's where it all happens. That's where the magic happens in.
I remember
Essex.
saying it, and I was like, "Can I tell you something?" I was so scared to tell you that I loved you. So scared.
It was cute though, because she was like, "Can I tell you something?" And then she was like, is it okay if I tell you something? She's like, I love you. And I was
I
like,
actually love this.
But I said it back straight away, so I
Yeah.
didn't like.
So you did
I
say
wasn't
back?
horrible. I wasn't saying like.
Yeah, you
I just
can't.
never let her know that I said it first originally.
Not
for
until
3 months.
A while.
So when did you actually tell her? Like, how did it come out that you were like, actually, I said I love you first?
It
I
was
think
ages.
I think I was drunk, to be honest. And you only get a little bit emotional, and I was just like, "Liv, I've got to tell you something." And I just spilled the
I
beans.
couldn't
Yeah,
believe
tone
it.
up.
I actually couldn't believe it. I was like, as if you've made me think that I was the one that said it first. When all along
Oh my
it's you.
god! And you had quite of a roller coaster. What seems from TV a roller coaster ride in the villa. So did you imagine when you were getting to the point in the villa where you're like, okay, we actually like each other? Did you imagine that you would be where you are now?
No, not in a million years.
No, because everyone has this perception of like, we're in there, we love each other, or we're boyfriend and girlfriend, and they make it official. Like when you get out into the real world, like you could go your separate ways, your career could get in the way. So we were just like, when we get out, we'll just see what happens, and that's the way every couple should come out and deal with it.
Yeah.
At first, I remember being like offended when you said that. You were like, "Oh, just let's see what happens when we come out." But actually, that's the best thing that a guy can do in there, because you can't guarantee that you're gonna stay together. Because like Alex said, like your career, where you live, all of that.
So you was where you live.
Yeah,
is a
plus
big
if you
thing,
keep
isn't it?
lying to the girl as well and just saying like, yeah, I'm going to stay with you, knowing full well you might not, then just why say it? Like, just be honest.
Yeah, and I think it's that thing where like honesty like hurts at the time, but I'm so grateful for the fact that he didn't have like there was no empty promises. Do you know what I mean?
And anyway, like when Love Island put us in that hotel, then they sent me in a car back home to Wolverhampton. Literally 5 minutes in the car. It was on the phone to each other. I was like, right, I'm moving to Essex. So I just
I
took
was
the plunge.
so shocked. You're quite like a fast mover with like moving and then with like the engagement.
Yeah, just do it, eh?
And then I'm skipping forward, but you got engaged
know.
5 months after, was it? Is that right?
Yeah.
Alex, you proposed 5 months after.
Well, I wasn't actually going to do it in the December that we got engaged. I was going to wait 6 months, but she was like joking around, sending me pictures of the ring. And then I kind of walked.
So you were ready to
Don't
live.
lie now. I've told some secrets about me. You got to tell us. Okay. And then I just seen the ring when I was walking past the shop, and I just rang my best mate. I was like, Ty, I found the ring. And she's like, you know what, just buy it. Then you can do it whenever you want. And then I was going to New York, and I was actually going to do it in Venice, but then I sorted it all out in New York.
When did you buy the ring though?
I think you was at a shoot somewhere.
Like how long was it when we come out? Wasn't it?
Oh, it was. I don't know. Might have been October time.
That's mad. So we come out in July and you bought it in October.
Yeah.
Wow.
What a whirlwind. You two are actually all like sitting here now. I'm like,
so
oh my
crazy.
God, like, I knew it was going to be like
There's
this.
been so much that's happened in like a short space of time, and I think that's why like when people talk to us about like kids and stuff, we've done everything so quick that now we're just like taking it all in and waiting for the next step. Do you know what I mean? Rather than doing everything in one go.
Well, you're so busy, aren't you? Like, that's a lot to take in. But before I skip on to the future and what's going on now, you were actually runners-up in the Villa. How did it feel getting all the way to the final?
Well, they had to go out and buy me a suit because I didn't have one.
Really?
I didn't know what I was going to get to the final or even what you had to wear to the final.
Did you not share each other's... Like, well, I guess there was only Nathan and Cara left, wasn't there?
No.
Yeah, you didn't fit into many people's clothes.
Oh, yeah,
no,
true.
Not really, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point, to be fair.
Nathan's didn't really fit you.
I was going to wear like trousers up to my knees or like shorts. No, but they had to go out to Zara and buy me a suit, didn't they? So...
I had my dress, so
you
a girl's
ready?
got to be prepared.
Girls
I
are
think,
always
I think they
ready.
kind of told the people that started that like obviously you might get to the final and wear something.
You
like
did
that.
have like
Yeah.
a list of like what you had to take in.
Oh,
and one was
really?
like a white outfit and then the final dress, like just in case.
Wow.
But I don't think I ever thought that we'd get to the final. It wasn't even on my mind. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you must be thinking about like the prize and the final and cameras, but you don't. Like at 21, 22, you're just having a
Like,
laugh
you know when
in
people
there.
like now people say like she's playing a game, he's playing a game. Like back then when we was in it,
You didn't know
I
anything.
don't even feel like a game. It just felt it was a bunch of mates just being
On
put through
holiday.
different tasks and
Yeah.
that was it, and just having a laugh.
Stressful tasks.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were stressful
They
tasks.
were hard sometimes.
And when you came out of the Villa, how did your relationship change? Did it change at all? Because I guess the dynamic is so different. You've gone from having cameras around you 24/7, from having mates and people there to kind of be with you 24/7 as well. What happened with your relationship? Did you change?
I don't think we changed. I just think we grew.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I think my mum's always said something really like poignant to me is in couples you have to grow together to stay together, and we're just so lucky that we are growing together and we enjoy the same things.
Yeah.
But when we come out, I was so insecure, wasn't I? I didn't trust anything.
I don't know if to say yes or no.
He's like scared to say yes or no now. I was really worried about, you know, when a guy comes off a show, like things like Tao we already knew about. So I thought if Alex is going to go off and do PAs, he's going to forget about me.
Yeah.
I had basically half of the public telling me that I wasn't good enough and that I was punching. Is it me? Yeah, I was told that I was punching and that I wasn't pretty enough. So all of them things were like happening in my mind. And then my trust issues from previous relationships were just at the forefront of my head. So for a while, it took this one here so much work and effort to actually get me to believe that he even loved me. So it took a long time for me.
So frustrating.
I know. And
So frustrating.
Bless him, after PAs and stuff, he used to like video call me that he was in the hotel or with his
No,
friends.
but like that's if I had to stay in a hotel. Say like if I was in, like obviously we live in Essex. If it was in Manchester, it's like 4-hour drive. My tour manager would make him drive me back. But if it was over 5 hours, then I would have to stay in a
but
hotel.
hardly any of the time would he stay over because he knows how much I would worry and how like I'd just freak out worrying and thinking up different scenarios that wouldn't have happened because he's not like that. But he made the effort to drive back 5 hours every single time. And I mean, he was doing PAs 6 nights a week.
God.
So he was coming back 5 hours, then going again the next day 4 hours, then coming back 3 hours. Like, it was kind of crazy what you did.
You know what? Thank you very much. Thank you.
I don't tell him this anymore.
I was going to say, I've never
We're
heard
like
that.
out the honeymoon period and I'm like, you're so annoying. But actually he's really sweet.
But I guess, I mean, like, you're coming out of this Villa and you've gone from having what is a normal life maybe to you're in a relationship, you're being thrown into the spotlight, and I guess you're kind of going different ways, doing different work and things. So I can completely appreciate why that's scary. Like, any girl would feel like that.
But you know what? It kind of helped as well that
It
we was in
did.
the same industry at the same time.
Yeah.
And we was like both launched into it together.
We did go for it together and my mum was like, I don't know where you'd be if you didn't have him. He was like, probably in a ditch somewhere. Like, she really had no trust in me whatsoever. But I think, we just supported each other through it. And I don't know, our relationship got better. Like, the more time we had on the outside, it got better. And the more we enjoyed each other's company, the more comfortable we got with each other. And that's how it should be. Like,
Yeah, it's like annoying being like the couple from the show, and that's what people want to be nowadays that do come off the show. We just want to be like Alex and Olivia. Like, there's no pressure on it. Like, we can just be ourselves.
yeah. I think there is a massive pressure now, though, isn't there? Like, there's been so many couples that are like, oh, they're the new Alex and Olivia. I'm like, it's so weird to have that said about you. I mean,
On that note, it's kind of funny because I don't know whether you're aware, but you guys are actually named the most successful couple to have come out of the Villa.
It's quite crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we don't feel any different. Like when we're at home, we're just normal. We're just two normal people. It's just we've been sort of catapulted into this industry that we really love and enjoy.
I mean, I think as well, because we don't like just having a laugh and a joke, and we enjoy our work and we talk to anyone and just being nice.
Yeah.
Like that's why we've been in this industry there for like 4 years. Like because we are nice and people want to get us back on things. And I think it's just nice just to be a normal person.
Yeah, and I think it is harder now. I don't know. It's weird. I always think, would I be different if I went on it now and we come out now? Would it be harder? Would it be any different?
It'd be so crazy.
Yeah, I think.
I don't think I'd like to have gone on it now.
Yeah,
it has changed, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Like obviously, if I was scaffolded, I'm like, yeah, send me in. But
actually, no, I'd still like
you
to
don't want to go back
up a house, please.
yeah, no, but like knowing what I know now,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it would
I'm
be-
glad I went on when we went on.
Yeah, a bigger decision if like you decided to go on now. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. That's a mad thing to say. Most successful couple. We're just happy though, and I think happiness shines through at the end of the day, doesn't it?
Well, that's probably why you are so successful, because you are genuine and you are happy. And I mean, I think people just fall in love with you two as a couple, which is so nice.
It's the nicest thing. Like we have so many like nice comments, and there's a handful of negative comments now, but I'm telling you, just a handful. Like the amount of support
Really?
that we get is actually crazy. Like everyone is so friendly and so super nice and supportive, and it is a mad thing. You feel like you have this like other little family on Instagram because they all message you about what you do, and we're moving house like in a couple of days, and everyone's so keen to see and so invested, and it is just it's just so crazy.
You just like you were sitting in their living room for 6 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
technically.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Exactly.
mean? So they feel like
They
they've got a
know
little
you,
connection with you, I guess.
And there's more. You've been back on the TV, but we'll talk about that in a moment.
Yeah.
I just want to ask before we do move on, are you watching the new series?
I haven't really watched it.
No, you watched parts, haven't you? I've been watching it religiously. For some reason, I've got so caught up in this series.
I'm caught up as well. Like
I'm
every
so
series, I'm like,
obsessed.
yeah, I'm not watching next year. I'm literally obsessed again.
I think the reason why I'm so into it this year is because I do finally feel removed from it. I don't feel like Olivia from that show anymore. I feel like just my own person. I don't really remember being in there. It's kind of, it feels like a different life. Do you know what I mean?
That's so crazy.
It is
to
really
think, isn't
weird.
it?
It feels like it was just a different part of my life, and now I'm on to the next part, and now I can watch it and really enjoy it.
But when you have had it on, like I'll watch it and I'm like, I do get into it a little bit.
Yeah, you do.
You can't help
I
it.
know, I do know what's going on. I get the gist, but I just like, I don't know. I don't just like sitting there like watching full hour, and you kind of, because we've been in there. It's weird, like to me, because I kind of know what's happening, and
Yeah, you're seeing everything.
I think now we look at it and we're like, have the producers got involved in this?
Well, that's the thing. You know the ins and outs of it.
Yeah, but when we were in there, nothing really got produced. There was like a couple of things that like got redone just because you couldn't hear you, but I think now it's a lot.
I think it's
harder.
got a lot worse. I don't want to get in trouble. Actually, I don't care anyway. I don't care anymore. Yeah, like I feel like it's got a lot worse, and you can kind of tell. Like, do you want to go over there for a
like
chat?
it's a bit more structured
It's
now.
a bit more
isn't it?
set up, I think.
Yeah.
Which, you know, as a program goes on, they kind of have to do to get
Yeah.
the program. It's different now, but yeah, it's a weird thing.
It's interesting to know that you guys didn't really have that. So what we saw was, I mean, we loved that series. Everyone loved that series.
I felt like I just didn't really notice the cameras half the time.
That is
Well, the whole
insane.
time really. Only once, and I remember we were sitting on a bed and we were kissing, and we heard this thing going.
Yeah. Or do you know when you're in the
Like,
shower?
turn
That
around.
happens when you're in the shower.
Yeah,
so
what do
creepy.
they do when you're in the shower?
So
It's
you
just
know-
a bit mad when you see someone's bum. Like,
No, but do you know in the shower there was like, do you know it's like obviously clear glass and then like the
it's got like the little cover thing, hasn't it? Like privacy
so it had
screen.
that.
Yeah.
But I was sharing one day and all I've got it and all I've heard is like that, and I was like, and I looked and it stopped and I turned away and it went, and it kept doing it every time I turned away. It was so
It was a
weird.
bit weird.
That
That
is
was the
so
only
odd.
time we noticed cameras, when they
Yeah,
did like
so
make noises
weird.
and turn to you whilst you're like proper having a nice kiss, and then they're like.
Or do you, like, you know, like in the garden there was like the boards and that, and there was like the big cameras in there, and the people have to move them around.
yeah. Oh my God.
I used to get in trouble because I used to try and talk to them and be like, "You right, mate? How you doing?"
And they're like, yeah, we're just trying to do our job.
yeah.
That's nice though. That's nice to know. Now, as like the couple goals that you are, I want to ask, what do you think is the key to a happy relationship? What's the key to keeping it strong?
I don't really think there's like a secret or a key, but I think that's what everyone's problem is, to think that there is.
Yeah.
Like I think it's best to just like not put so much pressure on it. I need to be like this person. I need to be like, why are you not doing this for me? Why is your boyfriend not doing that for you? As long as you can just sit in a room and not even a TV in there and just talk to each other and be happy, then that's it. Like there's no added pressure to it.
It is like the whole thing now of like the grass is greener, but no one's like watering their own lawn. Do you know what I mean? And I think,
Oh, I've never heard
sorry,
that before.
Can we quote that as Olivia Bowen?
Quote?
Dropping
please?
knowledge now.
Olivia
I'm
Bowen
obsessed.
2020. No, I just feel like everyone sort of wants something else now. But
Yeah.
all you have to do is like put work into your own relationship and just be happy. Everyone complicates happiness, and I think as long as you're working on yourself and you're happy in yourself, then you find someone that complements that, and then go for it. Don't worry. And nothing's perfect either. You're gonna have arguments. You're gonna row over the washing, or do you know what I mean? It's not. Nothing is constantly up here. Sometimes it's here, and I think people don't want here anymore. They only want here.
Yeah.
And because we're showing this on social media,
and
that's what it is. But you know, there is days we just sit there in our pajamas and don't speak, and I've got sauce on my top, probably bogey in my nose. Like that's life. Do you know what I mean? You've seen me pick my nose.
I mean, yeah.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like there is
I mean,
not.
she's seen me do a lot worse. So.
There is not this constant perfect image. I feel like people are chasing. I think to be happy, you just got to trust someone. Trust is a huge thing, though. Like if I don't trust someone, there's no way I can have a relationship. Like we speak about this before. Like if anything was to happen, or like anyone was to cheat on each other, there's no going back because that trust is broken. So trust for us is the reason we're so happy, because we trust each other. I think that's it, really. If there's gonna be a secret, it'd be that we trust each other. Alex is like, yeah. You chat for ages. He said
like that.
He said to me, "This is what I do on like when I talk."
I love it.
I feel like you zone out.
Yeah, no, but I forget what she
Alex
said.
is like this then.
No, but that's what I do all the time.
He was just itching his wrist like.
No, but Liv looks at me and she'll tell me something, and then literally 4 seconds I'm like, "What are we doing tonight?"
What's for tea?
No, but I think that's my annoying habit, innit?
Oh yeah.
Right, on that note then, who's got I want to know your habits. You mentioned before, like you've picked your nose in front of Alex. What's Liv's worst habit?
Oh, well, I found a new one actually that I can actually say
juicy.
this is
Can't
fresh.
wait.
This is fresh news. Okay, so it used to be like leaving the milk on the side and that at that time on the windowsill. Disgusting. So I have to clean it. But that's don't really annoy me anymore. You know what annoys me? Do you know when you give her a bottle of water, whatever it is, she don't put the lid back on. She just like touches it a little bit. So when I pick it up, it just goes everywhere. But I want to just notice that she started doing it. And I was in my car the other day. And I've just finished the gym, put the bottle of water in the back, and she had a sip, put it back in there. I'm going to lean over, I've pulled the bottle, and it squirted all up my steering wheel, window, everything. I was like, that's hurt again, like.
I don't know why I do it.
I don't know why she does it.
That is so funny.
I can't not do it, though.
You know what, actually, last night I watched you do it. But I don't say I do it. I just watched you do it. I'm just like, look, I bet she does that.
Gonna see this happen.
Yeah.
That's not a bad one. Like,
like
a lot worse
it's
could have come out there. Like, it is
disgusting.
bad, but at least it's not disgusting.
Yeah, it's not like a disgusting, like, hygienic one. But no, it's still very annoying to me.
But it's annoying.
Yeah.
What about
Apparently
Alex?
it's very annoying.
Okay, be very careful
I can
what you
tell
say.
Alex is annoyed.
I mean, I'll give you non-hygienic ones, so.
Let's get them all. Let's get them all.
I'm not getting dirty right now.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Who wants dirty? Everyone's going yes in the background.
No,
Oh,
you're
great.
not that bad.
No, I'm not.
Do you know what?
now.
You're literally...
I'm not a scrub.
Your worst one is just, he's so forgetful. I can't tell you. I have a go at him like every day at how forgetful he is.
I feel like that's... No, I'm not
Is
going to say
that
it.
is that all boys?
I was going to
though?
say it's a boy thing, but I didn't want to say it because...
I think
But
it
I
is.
do think boys are
Honestly,
quite
no,
forgetful.
you say it's laziness because I do a lot and I can be quite controlling, so I like to do things in my own way.
So I don't really have to do anything.
Yeah.
And I think I've created a monster.
No, she has, I think. No, but it actually annoys me because I feel like I'm getting dumber by the minute. Like, it's so annoying.
Well, I will stop doing things.
No, don't. You can carry on doing it.
It's a hard balance there, getting the balance right.
Yeah.
It's got to be the forgetfulness. That's it, really.
No, but I don't even know why.
He is
Because
good,
no, do you know
though.
what it is? I think it's my phone because I'll be in my phone and then I'm just there typing away and I'm not really. I'm listening.
You're not listening. Well,
but
that's...
I'm not
No,
listening.
that's what it is then.
That's
you
what it
don't
is,
listen,
guys.
You're forgetful.
You're sounding
See,
quite bad right now, Alex.
We're not the perfect couple, are we?
There you go. No, but then both of them aren't really bad things, so I'm quite impressed.
I can't really
There's
think of
nothing too
anything
crazy.
like that. Well, he does his own washing and everything.
Really?
Picks up the dog poos.
Oh yeah, I heard that's your job.
He has
Yeah,
his
so
own
that's
dog.
the
you
blue
clean.
job.
Yeah, I cook. You wash up. He can't cook.
Do you still not cook?
No.
I'm saying I still not cook because I've watched your
Okay.
series, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. But I've watched that, so I'm aware that you're not much of a chef.
He said on that show,
saw
I'm
the
gonna start
carbonara.
cooking more.
I've got better. What do I do? What do I do? The pasta. What do I do? The pasta.
So he thinks boiling pasta is
And adding the
cooking.
sauce as well, though.
Oh, and
Like a pot of
That's-
sauce.
What? That's cooking it. I've used the cooker.
He was like, "This is my speciality." I was like, "What? Put him like pasta, cook pasta."
I was gonna say it's alright. Well, I won't do it for you again, but I've never done it for.
No,
I do
I
it for
still
myself.
haven't.
I don't
Oh,
think
you do it
I've
yourself.
even experienced his speciality of boiled pasta. Maybe you should do that.
Maybe for Valentine's. I mean, Valentine's is coming.
it is.
Do you guys do anything like exciting for Valentine's Day? Do you
I think-
celebrate it?
We used to, But now I'm just like...
This year's quite cool here, though.
Yeah, I've gone off Valentine's a little bit.
Oh, cheers.
Is he just telling you this right now?
Yeah, I've heard this before.
No, but we do nice things for
So
each
you're
other
not
all
getting
the
any
time.
presents?
No, you will get a present.
No. We said no presents because we're moving and stuff. But
Okay.
we do normally do something on Valentine's.
I prefer birthdays to Valentine's.
Yeah.
But what are we doing Valentine's this time? Because you're going out and playing.
So it's Valentine's Day on Friday. What are you two doing? Have you got anything planned? You must have something in the pipeline.
We're actually in Birmingham
Okay.
that week anyway, so we've kind of just decided we're not going to do a big Valentine's because we're moving house, but I'm just booked a nice restaurant, a nice hotel.
Well, the actual reason Alex is playing, he can DJ.
Oh.
I know, and he's playing his first set out on the 15th.
Wait, this
the
is so
15th?
exciting.
I know.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like tech DJ.
DJ
like,
Alex?
he's so good, honestly.
Is that your name, DJ Alex, or is it?
No, it's just Alex.
Just
Bowen.
Alex. Oh,
Yeah.
Alex Bowen. Yeah.
I'm not that cool
Just
enough
my
to have
name.
like a flashy name.
But yeah, so we you got booked for your first event with one of
Wow.
his friends. Why don't you tell it? Why
Yeah,
am I
come on,
telling
tell
you?
us a story.
Okay, I don't want to get embarrassed.
Okay, right.
Okay, so I got booked to play my first DJ set on the 15th, and it's in Digbeth. It's like
Okay.
a little rave place where I'm from.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we sort of just
So we thought we're in that we're in that area anyway, so we're just gonna do Valentine's there.
yeah.
Oh, that's
the
so
DJ and like
nice.
came before the Valentine's
Yeah,
Day.
thanks
But
for
I'm quite
embarrassing me,
happy
thanks.
with that because I get to go behind the decks and be like,
Yeah,
Supportive girlfriend in the
yeah,
back.
I'm like the groupie.
DJ's
like,
girl, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Congratulations to that. That's a big thing. So is that
Yeah,
something
yeah.
you're going to be focusing on this year?
Yeah, I want to keep it like separate from everything else and just like, cause I'm not gonna be one of them like reality DJs that just plays all that rubbish crap.
He's so
I
serious.
love the whole line that you just said there.
No, because
Everything about
everyone
that.
has that perception like, oh, what do you know about music? Blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah.
But you're,
Like,
you're really into it.
yeah, I've been getting into that kind of music for like 10, 12
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
So like to be able to do it now, like I don't want it to be anything to do with like the TV stuff or anything like reality stuff. I
Nice.
hate that stuff.
He
like
wants
that.
to keep it separate, don't you? But you are actually really good. I think it surprised me how good you are.
Wow. So have you just learned to do it?
Um,
or have you always kind of had a...
A few of my friends have been doing it for like quite a long time, and then obviously because I've got a bit more time to myself now, I don't have to like scaffold anymore. Like I just obviously decided to do that, and I started learning like 4 months ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I just picked
God,
it
that's
up really
quick,
quick.
yeah.
So.
You've got a few in, haven't you? There's like 4 or 5 events booked in, so
Yeah.
it's pretty
I know,
cool.
big
So
good, yeah.
everyone look out for that. That's really exciting
Yeah,
news.
really
Thanks for
cool.
like sharing that on the podcast with us. I feel like
Well,
we've
I
got a
didn't
little
expect
bit
to be sharing that today.
I know.
I'll still
you
get
should.
embarrassed
He's
about
like,
it.
I don't know
No, it's
why
really
you're so,
good.
like,
No, it's just
you're
a bit-
so good. You
no.
should be telling people.
Yeah, if it's something you enjoy and like you're passionate about, like go and do it. Like this is
Yeah, for
you've
sure.
got the best opportunity. Back to Valentine's. Is gifts a thing that you guys do? Do you like giving gifts on Valentine's?
Yeah, well, it got to a stage where I was trying to outdo each
I was
other,
about to say,
and I
like,
just
who
think,
goes a bit
no.
crazy?
Well, I bought you a Rolex.
Well, Liv bought me a Rolex, so,
So I won. No, then I
You won.
took you on holiday last year to Barbados.
I
And
actually-
did you win
Family.
again? I won again. No,
Yeah, but-
no, I didn't
Don't be like
win.
that. Okay, it was your birthday week, and then I asked you to marry me, so who won?
Yeah,
Oh.
true. I had a lot of like making up to do. in
There we
that
go.
time,
There we
so
go.
See?
I think we're equal.
Okay.
Perfect time to go into the marriage. Like, oh my God, your wedding. Like, I don't even know where to start. I was obsessed with your wedding. I'm
That
going to
was so
start
amazing.
with, like, the kind of process of it. Liv, you kind of seemed, from the show, which we'll talk about in a minute, that you kind of controlled a lot of it. Like, you were doing a lot of work for that wedding. Not
Yeah.
controlled. Wait, that was the
No,
wrong
I
word.
am
Like
controlling,
you,
you're
no,
fine.
no,
You
no.
say that.
I'll just say it.
Just
it's fine.
told Liv
It's
that
true.
controlling. No. But you had a lot of responsibility, didn't you?
Yeah.
Like, and you did a lot. You even designed the bridesmaid dresses. You changed your own wedding dress, which was unreal, by the way.
Thank you.
But you did a lot of work to the wedding.
I think I was never that girl that thought I was going to get married. There was no way in my mind. I wasn't a young girl that sort of dreamed of this perfect wedding. But when you meet someone that you genuinely think, oh my God, I definitely want to marry this person, you do start to get carried away.
That's me.
And yeah, and then I did just get carried away, and it like
Wow.
consumed me. It is stressful. I turned into a bridezilla, like 100%.
What
I don't think you turned into a
Do you
bridezilla.
not think?
No.
I don't know.
I was
thought
expecting
quite
a lot
bad.
worse.
Was you?
Yeah.
I love doing it though, but at that time I was filming Second Chance Dresses. I was presenting a show,
Yeah.
so I was going up to Manchester 4 days a week, coming back, planning the wedding. I was taking the invites up to the hotel room with me, like doing it then. So there was a lot going on at that point, but I just loved it. It was just the most perfect venue, and yeah, it was.
I think it kind of
crazy.
chilled you out more than
Yeah,
anything.
I
Because she
think-
likes being in control. No, not in that way. Like, not bad, a controlling person. But, like, in general, if something's out of your
Yeah.
control, you start to get stressed.
Yeah, I like
don't you?
being organised,
Yeah,
and I think
that's the word.
I always like moan to Alex, like, you're not doing anything, but when he tries to do something, I'm like, don't do
Yeah,
that.
it's
That's
just something
it.
that
Like
made
if you're
great.
doing it yourself, I'm the same. Like if
Yeah.
you're doing it yourself, it can't go wrong.
Yeah.
If you're
Yeah.
trusting someone else, it is a hard thing to do.
It was a mad thing to plan, and it was a big wedding. It was like 250 people in the evening, so it was huge. But went perfectly, didn't it?
Yeah.
It was like when I think back to it, I just can't believe it. It was so amazing.
A big wedding, to say the least.
Yeah,
I
it
mean, you
was.
arrived in a helicopter.
I know.
That was pretty
That was
pretty cool.
I mean, never again.
No, I know.
Really?
It frightened me.
Yeah,
even.
Well, it wasn't that. To be fair, it got my nerves away for the day because I was too busy scared
That's it.
about that
Oh
situation.
my God.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell you were scared on the show. That's so weird.
Yeah,
Like,
'cause I've got to act a little bit like, yo, I'm fine.
the tough man, yeah?
Yeah, but I'm
Okay.
not really.
Wow.
But yeah, there were so many bits that I thought were going to go wrong, and then there was a few things on the day that did go wrong, and I think
Really?
but I wasn't bothered on the day.
Yeah.
And then when I think back to it, like your boys were meant to be there waiting for you when you landed, and then that was the thing that annoyed me because a couple of days later I was like, oh, what would you have changed, to Alex, and he was like, I would have loved if the boys were there waiting for me when I landed, and I was like, it was
Oh, I bet you were feeling
Yeah, but
it.
that was my fault because I was
was
like,
it?
yeah, it was like we need to draw in a circle for another 5 minutes. I was like, no, I've had enough now. Let's get down. But I
Feeling a
didn't
bit
know
sick.
that that's what was going to be
No.
happening.
Yeah.
So there was like a
But-
few things, but you can't control everything, and I think actually it was a really good thing for me to do, to learn that you cannot control
That's
everything.
it. Some things are out of your
Yeah.
hands. And talk to me about the flowers.
Oh,
I can't bring the flowers up. I believe, I could be wrong, that you've got a tattoo on your arm. Is that to remind you of how much they cost?
God no.
I don't want to talk about
I
this.
don't even think he likes looking at the tattoo. It gives him PTSD. Like,
I just
So
don't know.
sorry.
I don't
no,
know.
do you know what? Flowers have always been a huge thing for me and my family and my mum. I don't know why, and I tried to explain this to you, but even when I was a little girl, my grandma used to read me a book called The Flower Fairies, and I just always, she had this huge, beautiful garden, like just thousands of flowers, and I think I've always been surrounded by it, and I just always felt like they were really beautiful, so it was just something that the wedding had to have. I went overboard.
I totally
yes.
understand that story, and I get it. It's really nice, and the flowers are nice, and I understand it. But there's still 15, 20 grand on like green stuff.
Yeah, to be fair, if I look back, like,
On grass, like I don't understand.
Yeah.
I mean, it did look good though.
and then in the morning after, we were like going home, and we just saw all these flowers just there, and then you can't do anything with them.
Oh my God, what
I
did you do
know.
with them?
Well, people taking them all home and putting them in vases in their
I was
house.
about to say, you should have put it on Instagram. Everybody had been there taking them. I'd have got some. I'd have driven to wherever it was and got some.
So yeah, I
But
feel like
that nice.
we overspent on the flowers, but it looked beautiful.
It did look beautiful.
Yeah, the staircase was like my favourite part of it, and that was just, it was so nice.
And Alex, you took dancing lessons.
I mean,
That's a pretty amazing thing to do.
But we didn't really do the dance.
No,
Did
we
you
were too
not?
drunk.
I was too drunk.
Wait, you couldn't even
find
tell. I
us.
mean, it was a short clip on the show.
Yeah.
What year was
Yeah,
that in
they
September?
couldn't find us to do the dance.
I couldn't find you.
And
fireworks.
I had a bottle of beer in my hand,
Yeah.
and then someone took it off me, and they was like, "We're doing the dance now," and I was like, "Oh no!"
There was a bit in the dance where he like pushed me out, and I like stumbled back and was like, "Oh no!"
Yeah.
And he had to like grab me. And where you see him like holding me all romantically, it's just me like.
It's holding you up.
I feel like that was like a second clip, but they just kept like repeating
sorry.
it. So they made it like the dance look longer.
Oh,
than it
yeah,
was.
just
like,
kept
the,
going through
the
it.
romantic moment. I think they just
No,
kept replaying it.
There was a
replaying
little
it.
romantic bit where you were singing. Did you remember? And you
Oh.
forgot you had a mic on, and you were singing to me in the
What's
first
this, like,
dance. It
embarrass
was
Alex
so
thing?
cute.
Come on, what
Why
was
is
I
that
don't remember that.
embarrassing? Yeah, you
It's
do.
not.
Wait, was it the song? Was it your first?
First dance song. If
Song.
you watch it back, you can hear him singing a little bit, and he was like, "I forgot to have a mic on." He was like,
I
we were
actually
singing to each
do.
other.
I do remember that.
That was a romantic bit, but it was a big party. Like
It looked
our
like a
wedding
big
was
party.
just.
And you even had the voiceover guy, Ian Sterling, at your wedding. He like announced your first dance, didn't he?
I know. Do you know what? When we got engaged, I think the first thing, like things we were thinking about when we were thinking about getting married, we were like, "Oh my God, we have to have Ian as our toastmaster. He'd just be amazing. His accent is incredible, and we've always been really close with him after the show."
It wasn't just that the fact that he was doing that as like obviously we knew him from the show. Like when the show was on the series after us, we was around Mallorca that time as well.
We went out,
And
didn't
we was like with Ian for like a good 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah, just having a nice time, just having a laugh, like away from everything
Yeah.
else. So we got really close to him.
He's been a really good friend to us since, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it is mad how.
He's always been very supportful of us. So.
Yeah, really supportive, and just it was mad though hearing his voice and the things he was saying. He was like singing a lot of Ian. I was like, "Cheers for that, Ian!"
All your family are there, and he's just like bringing it all back up. Yeah, there you go. Oh well, you two have now started your own show, Happily Ever After, following that Alex and Olivia Happily Ever After. How did it feel having the cameras back in your home? Well, not back in your home, in your home after going through what you did in the villa?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was any easier or harder. I just think when we was in the villa, you didn't know the cameras was there anyway, so that you didn't really care about them. But then to have the cameras in your house, sometimes you're just like, oh my God, just get it away. It's a little bit.
It can be a bit crazy, and Well, do you know what? The filming schedule wasn't that bad though. Like we were sort of filming 3 days a week, and it was weird. But you get to know the producers behind the cameras.
Yeah, you become kind of friends. So it's just that you have a laugh when you're there. And
it was really weird for us though, because we've been out of the show for 3 years. So for that to then come along and have our own reality show was just unbelievable.
We were just shocked to even get it.
It's an amazing opportunity. Like,
just come
no
out of
one else
nowhere.
has
It was
done that.
weird.
And we'd always wanted it because we'd always, when you have your friends and you're like, oh, we're really funny, we should have our own show. We say that to each other, but we're really funny, we should have our own show. And it actually happened. It's just a weird feeling.
I say it all the time. Don't I? I think I'm really funny, so we should have our own show.
You are actually both really funny. I'm not even lying. I'm fully obsessed with it.
You're the
I've
funny
watched
one,
so
though.
much of it. I'm obsessed.
So, when we was in the villa, like, they kind of made me to be like, just not really say anything and just like walk around, just be like,
looking
"Ooh,
hot."
girl," yeah, do you know what I mean? Like that kind of geezer. And like, we was having a laugh all the time, and they don't show none of that stuff. So to have our own show, we could just be ourselves completely.
Yeah.
We got to show exactly what we've always wanted to show, and
They're just who we are as a couple and who we are as people.
and the next part of our lives as well, because everyone saw the show and saw us be who we were on there. And it's 3 years later, like we've grown up a bit, we've got this new life, we're married, dogs, and it's just the next stage of it. And it was so nice to let people in on it, and actually, to see the real us, I think.
And you both actually opened up quite a lot on the show, didn't you? Like, Liv, especially you. You spoke a lot about, like, we mentioned it before, your anxiety when you left the villa and how kind of Alex has helped you, which is so lovely to watch and to see. But
it's weird. I think because of how I felt when I was younger, I've always had like a bit of social anxiety. But when I was younger, I had no idea really what it was. I don't think I really spoke to anyone about it, and I didn't have anyone to look up to in the public eye to say, this is normal, this happens, you can feel like this or this or this. So now that I'm in the public eye and I have a responsibility and I have the ability to influence people, I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to try and speak about it even if it's hard for me, because growing up, a person like me and seeing someone like that would have meant the world to me to see that. So it's more so for other people than just for me. It's like therapy though. When you're chatting to a producer behind the camera, they're like, so how do you feel about that? And I'm like, well, proper going into it. Yeah. And it's a nice thing. And if it helps someone as well as me sharing it, then, it doesn't bother me. Just feel like being open is quite easy. I know it's hard for some people, but we're pretty open people, aren't we?
And with that in mind, do you think if you were given the opportunity to take yourselves out of the spotlight for one day, would you do it?
For one day, maybe.
She's like, I don't want to do it forever.
For one day, I'd run around like, I don't know.
No,
it doesn't really affect me.
I don't really think, like,
I don't think about
I don't really
it.
care about the spotlight stuff. It's just the work stuff. I don't want to go back scaffolding. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm happy doing what I'm doing, but like the spotlight stuff, and it's kind of nice, but I don't really care about that much about it.
Yeah, I would never change what we do, or it's a weird.
But then
thing.
it's kind of nice, like I sent a message yesterday. Some guy was messaged a couple of my friends. I think he messaged my agent as well. And this girl's birthday, and they just lost their dad to cancer, and they just wanted a message off me to send them. And I just sent them a message, and just made the girl's day. Like, so to be able to do that for someone is just so so nice. So
like
that's the good part of it.
When
I
you see
think.
someone, they want a picture. And it's just 1 second, like 5 seconds out of your time, you take one and then you see them post it someone, they're like, oh my God, my day's been made. And it's like, how we have that.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I need something like a small scale compared to a lot of people, but then, like, to me, like, you say yes to everyone, because if it, like, obviously they could love you more than anything, and you could just make their whole day. So to do that for someone is just nice, even though if it's just a normal little picture.
That's why, I'd never take us out of where we are. Like, if I could run around like in Barbados without getting papped for one day, then maybe but everything else, we enjoy it.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
And Alex, in the season, you said that you would be lost without Liv. So we wanted to ask, what kind of things does Liv do for you that you couldn't live without?
Pretty much everything. Yeah, she puts one leg in front of the other for me. And,
I dress him in the morning.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I just feel like I'm an only child, I think. Yeah. Well, I definitely am an only child. Well, I don't know. I could not be.
I nodded along with that. Yeah.
No, but like I'm an only child, and like it was always just me and my mom. And I'm not saying she's like a mother figure, but I kind of had been looked after all my life, kind of thing. So, but I'm not like a big kid.
I love this. I'm still a man.
Yeah, I can still do stuff myself.
I think it's just like, I don't know. You have someone that you lean on, isn't it? And that's just what we are.
Yeah, I think we're just very happy together, and she just makes me happy. So.
Love that.
That's very cute, isn't it? Oh my God.
I'm Valentine, so happy. Liv mentioned in the show that you know her mind better than she knows it herself.
Okay.
So what one thing do you know about Liv that we don't know or that anyone knows?
Ooh. I mean, that's a tough
It's a
one. I mean,
it's a personal
the first thing that come in my head was pizza before you got serious.
Pizza?
Yeah, because you just love pizza.
I do.
I love pizza as well.
Where's that? You got that pajama top that just says "Wake me for pizza." Like she just loves pizza. Well, if it's like a serious
My kind
thing,
of girl.
I don't know. Not anything that I'd really want to like share. I think.
I think Alex just knows like the deepest depths of like my mind, and I think
I can sense when she's having a little bit.
I was going to say that.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is
Like-
a good one. I got this. I'll take.
Okay, you want to?
Okay, so
Everyone ready?
no, because so Liv does actually suffer from like panic attacks, and you've been alright.
Been alright recently.
yeah. But then like I kind of know when they're about to like happen. Like I just see the signs, and she's like snappy at me. Like we could be really happy, and then she's just really snappy at me for something, or she's really down, and I can notice the signs. So I just kind of like keep her calm and. Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely been
That's
times
amazing.
where like I've been anxious and then I go really inside myself. Like I go a bit mute, don't I? I can't speak.
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
get really anxious, I can't speak. So if we're in the car on the way to an event, Alex will look at me and he'll be like, "You're not talking very much," and he can't even answer, and he'll know. So he's the person that knows if I'm suffering. So that's nice to have someone next to you.
But it's not even a fact of me doing anything. I think it's just like me being there.
Just you know him.
And then she's there while I'm there. Just puts us at ease, I think. So.
Like if we ever go to an event on our own, we're worse, aren't we? But
Yeah.
when we're together, like going out, the anxiety has subsided a little bit.
Like I think when I listen to like some of the stuff we say, I just like if I heard someone else saying that,
You'd
I'd
be
be
like,
cringy, like what you doing? But like when
No,
I say,
it's
I
just-
actually
just how
like
it is.
genuinely
So much
mean what I'm
sense.
saying.
Yeah,
Like
it's not. We're not saying it for any kind of reason. It just is how it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I heard someone else, I'd be like, oh, give it a rest.
yeah, I'd be like, oh shut up.
You're literally each other's rocks like that. I mean,
Pretty
I'm
much.
sounding cringe now, but that's what you come across as, and it's so nice
Pretty
to
much.
see.
Like,
Thank
it's
you.
not to say we don't get on each other's nerves, but
Oh yeah, I annoy her all the time.
That's just life.
do I annoy
innit?
you though?
I mean.
I do because
Yeah, because Liv, I can't win an argument against Liv. It's just like she knows all these big words and then she just talks. No, but she like make me feel like I don't know what I'm saying, and then I forgot what I'm even arguing about.
I could have been a lawyer. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's so frustrating.
Sorry.
Okay, it's alright.
This is why everyone loves you, though. This is literally why you're so loved by
Aw.
everybody. You are an
It's
amazing
nice.
couple. I knew I'd laugh so much today, and it'd be hilarious to meet you guys in real person. And in real person, in real
real
life,
people.
it's just great. It's just I'm really happy, guys. Okay. Now for 2020, you guys have done so much in such a short space of time. But what is kind of next for you two? I want to know: is there going to be a second series? I want one. So can we?
Aw,
Can we
for
ask?
you, I'll-
Just
yeah.
for me? Can we get one?
I mean,
Please?
we hope so.
Yeah, we really enjoyed the series that we did, and so many people messaged me like, "When is the next one?" And we want to do another one, but it is just time constraints, like what
Yeah.
we're doing this year. But it's definitely in talks.
Yeah, they're in talks about it at the moment, but I think it'd be like towards the end of the
We'll
year.
see.
I reckon.
Yeah, we'd love to though.
Like a Christmassy
Ooh,
version.
Christmas with the
Christmas special.
Yeah.
That'd be exciting. So what other things have you got coming up? You've got the house, you're moving in there. That's exciting.
That's the biggest thing.
Can't
for
wait to
us.
see
Yeah,
that.
the house is like a huge renovation project. At the moment, it's got like blue carpet, all like wood.
Wow.
It's not our style whatsoever.
Blue carpet. When you said that, I thought it was just like a builder's thing. Like I didn't think
No,
it actually meant
Oh,
blue.
no,
blue,
actual
fluffy,
blue carpet,
royal
yeah.
blue carpet.
I mean,
everywhere.
whatever floats.
Yeah, it's some people's
Yeah.
style, but not ours. So it's gonna be huge, isn't it?
Yeah. So we literally move in this Friday.
Well, will we be moved in by now?
You will be moved in by now, actually. Yeah.
We live there.
All right then, podcast genius, whatever.
We'll just keep it all in.
Continuity and
They're
all
in
that. Is
there.
that the
They're
word?
enjoying it. They're loving
Yeah,
it.
no. So
Yeah.
we've got so much to do on the new house, haven't we? Also, we've got our own clothing brand, which is Exempt Society. So
course.
we'll be working on that loads this year. Swimwear comes out, then men's and women's wear comes out this year. So it'll mainly be them two things, really.
How can I forget to ask something that is noted? It's kind of like a theme throughout your show. Is how much you want kids, Alex?
I really do want kids.
You do?
Like I'm 28 years old now. Like you're 25.
26, babe,
now.
but cheers.
26 now.
See, forgetfulness, right?
There we go. I mean,
There was your birthday.
At least
like,
it's
this-
younger, at
that
least
last
it's younger.
month.
Yeah, true.
No, I don't know. I just want to be one of them like
you want to be a
Cool.
young dad.
Yeah.
He wants to be a DILF.
A DILF, that's what it is. That's
no, it's
basically
be
what
good,
it is.
isn't it? And be like, yes, son, go on, lad. You know what I mean?
That's my boy.
yeah.
That's my boy.
Something
Or
like
girl.
that.
No.
I just can't wait to have that experience. Like I think because I've
You-
never had no brothers or sisters, have I? So it's
Yeah.
just gonna be, I don't know.
Yeah, and I think you just want to prove yourself as a dad, don't you?
Yeah.
You just want to be a good dad. And I do want kids eventually, but there's so much going on and I so enjoy our company, just us two, that I'm just not ready.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to give up that our like
The dynamic
twosome.
you've
I'm
got.
not ready to give up that dynamic yet. But I do have moments where I get broody. Like there's definitely moments, but yeah. I don't know. I just don't know when it's going to happen. I think it's one of them things you can't plan.
So you're not adding a nursery in just yet?
Not yet. Probably be
Okay.
a bar.
Yeah, bar. That sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have the bar for a little bit longer.
Yeah,
I
he's
think.
fine with that for now. He's a now.
Mind.
Okay, so to end this podcast, guys, it's been amazing getting to know you two today.
Oh,
I've
it's
laughed
been
the
so
whole way through. My jaw's
nice.
actually painful. I don't even want to end, but I bet I had because these guys are going to tell me off because I'll go on forever. But I wanted to ask to end, what is the most romantic thing you guys have ever done for each other as it is Valentine's week?
Mine's got to be when I asked you to marry me. That was the king of romance.
Wait, you didn't actually tell us. You said it was in New York. How did you do it?
So I hired a
Carry on.
rooftop overlooking, was it next to the One World Trade Center? See, I forgot already. I hired at the rooftop, and I was scared all day. And then she actually put the ring in my jacket pocket here, and she went to cuddle me when we was on the way. And then I pushed her to the side, and she went, "What are you doing pushing me away for?" And I was in
fuming
a
about it.
little bit of a strop on the way. And then I was about 20 minutes early. We were sitting in the bar, wasn't we? And we was just like, I was like really nervous and quiet. Went up to the rooftop restaurant, and then she went to walk through to the main restaurant. I went, no, I'll come this way. Went out, there was like champagne, strawberries there. And then
Yeah,
she
it was
walked
really
out to the
pretty.
end, and then when she turned around, she was walking that way, and I was just on one knee when she turned.
I know. I was so
I've watched a
shocked.
few romantic comedies
Yeah.
in my time. I know how to do it.
I was so shocked.
That is
Honestly,
so
I didn't
good.
cry for
I
like
mean, I'm
2
pretty good,
hours
yeah.
because I was so. I cry at everything, don't I? Like,
Yeah.
I can watch a cat video and cry.
When she didn't cry, I was like, what the hell, man? What
Yeah.
are you crying
I
for?
put all this effort
Yeah,
in.
but I was in such shock because I didn't cry until 2 hours later, just sitting there. I just
Wow.
sat there
And
and
the
we was in a bar, and
realisation.
I was like, oh my god, and then just suddenly got so emotional. You did something really cute for me for Christmas though. I've always wanted to learn piano, and he bought me a piano lesson for Christmas. I just thought that was really cute.
That's so
like the little
cute.
things to me. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? The proposal was like unbelievable, but all the little things, like in the days, the weeks, the months, they add up, and it's nice.
And
What
what
have I
about you
done?
to Alex?
I'm not.
He's
actually-
waiting now like, what? The helicopter was romantic.
Yeah,
I mean, it was your wedding.
It's got to be Barbados.
Yeah.
What you said on our show when
That was the
like, she
birthday.
planned, when
Yeah.
she planned for us to go to Barbados.
Yeah.
And that was amazing. So I don't get to see like my mum and that a lot. So it was nice for
Yeah.
you to book them and.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
the whole
took
family.
them with us, and some of my family went like to swim with the turtles and went for dinner and things. But you are the romantic one, really. I'm not as great at romantic things.
No,
as
but you
him.
just do everything all year for me, so that
There we
works.
go. This is why it
I
works.
work out the bills.
Yeah.
That's as romantic as I get.
I mean, that's it. Like, that's a big job. Someone's got to do it. Do you know what I mean?
Someone's
You
gotta
take
do
the
it.
reins on that.
That's why it works. That's why we
And
work.
this, guys, this podcast is evidence of why it works so well.
Aw,
Guys,
this
I
has
mean,
been so cute.
it's been amazing.
How
Thank you so much
nice.
for joining us on
Oh,
Behind
thank you
Behind
for
Closed
having us.
Doors.
I actually really enjoyed it. Can we just stay?
Let's just go.
I can
Talk in
actually,
the cocktails.
I can
We're
actually chat forever.
I'm
won't I?
probably going to remember a million more questions that I want to ask you, and I'll
No,
just
just
ask them
text me.
after this. I'll text you for sure. Thank you so much, and happy Valentine's when it comes.
Happy Valentine's.
And thank you to all of our listeners and viewers for watching at home. This has been PLT Behind Closed Doors, starring Alex and Olivia, and we will see you next week. Happy Valentine's!
Bye.